Good morning, my lovely Mystic Tribe. This is Mystic Jenn, and this is your daily read for today, October 1st, 2020. Today is a full moon. Full moon is in Aries. You want to watch your placement of Mars, since Mars is the ruler of Aries. Mars is the warrior. Mars is the planet of taking action, and he could also be he is also the planet of war. He can be the aggressor, and he could be fast moving action. So just be aware of that. And I'm sorry I didn't get this video out last night or yesterday evening. I just did not have a good day yesterday. I wasn't feeling well. I was burned out between going like 2.5, 3 weeks of constant running, and I had a crash day. So we are getting back on the bandwagon here, getting back on schedule. So you'll probably see 2 dailies today, one now and one this evening. Now keep in mind, these dailies are timeless. And also, it's not going to be for everyone, especially with the Lenormand part of the reading, because of the Lenormand part, you know, it gets very specific. It's usually for somebody. But we're going to start out and see what messages the Lenormand has. And I am using the Celtic Lenormand this morning. We have the birds. It's conversations. This is typically the tree card. Let's see what happens. And the fox. The lilies. And the clouds. And what we have here is the central card is the fox. Now the fox is often somebody who's very cunning. The fox represents some, being clever. So today could be a day of clever thinking. A clever person. It could also be representing a coworker. This could be skills. This is like deeply rooted skills. Communication skills. Somebody has some, this is about using your smarts, using your noodle, really thinking before you speak. This is talking about communication skills that have been developed over time. And it's like your communication skills is bringing a lucky streak to you. And whatever clouds that have been hovering over you, they are clearing. So somebody was very unclear what their future was holding. This fox is looking at the clover, or at the lilies. I'm sorry, I was thinking clover. Lilies. This could be representing of somebody of wiser, or I think the fox is you. This is about wise communication, being smart, using your noodle, and not being ambiguous with your communication, using your good communicative skills to get your point across. This could be work related. In work situations, you may be dealing with clientele or dealing with a boss or another coworker, which you need to, it's like outsmarting somebody. And you are, whoever this fox is, if this is not you, this could be somebody else who's very experienced. Okay? But their communications, they are very clever, very smart about their communications, and they may actually on purpose be ambiguous, being unclear, because the fox is also about being sly. It's like somebody trying to get the upper hand. In personal relationships, again, you or someone has had past experiences that, you know, with the communications and the tree, this could be with a family member. Family communications, which are requiring you to use your knowledge, being wise, and, you know, and this is slyness, this is being resourceful. But there are things that are very clouded and very mucky, and you have to kind of like think through it and you keep your wits about you, is what I'm being told. And this is headed towards the future. So today might be some dark clouds or be cloudy and things being unclear, but that is going to clear up. And I like to throw in tarot cards because it gets a little bit more information. I'm using the Haunted House Tarot. This is October after all. Halloween season is here. And it is a brisk 47 degrees out right now. It's going down to 44 tonight. Okay, additional messages and guidance, please. This is more like an advice line, I feel. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. Sharp communications. Clarity. I've already said clarity is coming. This is sharp communications. This is also the Sword of Victory. Okay, this might also be the need to cut something off. Nine of Cups. Victory and wish fulfillment. Temperance. Page of Swords. A new way of thinking. And we have the Chariot. Okay. Under the deck, we have the Five of Swords. So I think the overall theme is, you know, with these two cards, there's definitely somebody who's been undermining you or somebody who has been a nemesis. They have been very egotistical. Their shit don't stink. And the death card, this is an ending, a transformation. So whatever you are dealing with, there is some sort of ending and somebody walking away from something that's no longer emotionally fulfilling. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius. We also have Gemini here. I'm not saying that those are the signs, but those are some of the energies. Somebody's going after that ninth cup. Somebody is walking and moving forward towards their heart's desire, their wish fulfillment. Because I think that somebody was done dirty. And somebody's saying, I'm done, this is over, I'm moving on. And we have Temperance here in the middle, Temperance with the Fox. This is saying you need to have some patience here for the air to clear the air. For the air to clear, you need to have a little bit of patience. The Chariot and the Ace of Swords is also speaking of victory. Victory and movement and somebody gaining control of their own destiny, their own destination. So somebody's having victory. They are going to get their wish fulfillment. But it is going to require some patience. There may be some difficult conversations that someone needs to have. I am feeling maybe even a confrontation. Okay. In order to clear the air, there may need to be a confrontation to end this situation and move on to something better, to move forward. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and get a couple oracle cards. This message seems pretty straightforward to me. You know, confrontation is probably needs to happen. And I'm also getting a feeling that one of the parties in this has been acting very immaturely. That somebody needs to grow up. The only earth element that I see is tree, because tree is very earthy. Okay. The fox is more fire to me. There's no actual elemental attributes to the Lenormand cards, to any of them. Oh, okay. The lilies is planted in the earth. That could be considered earthy. But there's definitely some sort of need of grounding. But speak very clearly. Okay, we've got the spider. And the first thing that comes to mind when I look at this picture, not even looking at the keywords or the meanings of this, is a web. Somebody caught up in a web. And the spider is about web weaving. Yep, that's one of the keywords, and community. I feel like this is a web that has been weaved and somebody's got themselves all caught up in it. And we also have eternal love. Love is love, and and it transcends physical death. Wow. Eternal love. Okay, so there is some sort of twin flame or soulmate connection here. These are, I know I always spoke because of Jennifer from Soul Source. I always spoke of like discounting the twin flame theory because the soul doesn't split. But the way I look at twin flames is like they're interchangeable with soulmate. Okay? And I feel like this web with this, somebody's caught up in a web with their soulmate. And here's the message that I am getting. That in this lifetime, there were some lessons that had to be learned. And along with those lessons that had to be learned, you know, this lifetime, you know, I also want to say we have multiple soulmates, and we're not meant to be with our soulmate per se every single lifetime. But I'm being shown that there is some kind of karmic connection, eternal love. You guys travel together from lifetime to lifetime. One lifetime they could be a sibling, another lifetime they could be a parent or a child, another lifetime a husband or wife. But in this lifetime, there seems to be a web that has been weaved, and they may be very egotistical, and there are life lessons that have to be learned in order to break this karmic cycle of these lessons. And I'm being shown that each lifetime has a new lesson with this soulmate. You guys need to get it right. So it's like you have the chance of wish fulfillment here, but you need to abandon old ideas and come up with a new way of thinking, and be smart about it. Use your experience and your wisdom. And it's no wonder this ancient tree covered in snow is here, because these roots are eternal. It's not just in this particular lifetime. And someone needs to speak their truth. They need to lay it on the line, per se. It's time to lay it on the line. Take that sword and cut down those cobwebs. Not going to be an easy conversation. But it seems like you two keep going back and forth in each lifetime. And you move on from one lifetime, and the lesson hasn't been learned yet. So you go to the next lifetime, and you have to start the process over again because you haven't learned the lesson yet. And I think that's two-sided. So this is definitely a karmic time for you. This is the full moon today. This is a time of manifestation. You can manifest exactly what you want, your heart's desire, but you definitely have to clear the air. Okay, this is what I have for you. I hope this helps somebody. Please do make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share, comment, and I will see you next time. Blessed be.